Okay, now it should be live. I hope. Oops. There we go. Alright. Starting another one today. Hopefully the chat is working. I'm gonna double check and make sure it is really fast. Yes, okay, cool. It is totally working. You know, I think I played this last night and I totally forgot what the heck I was doing. Oh, right, a dragon fight. Oh, crap. I might die again. Oh, I don't want to do that one yet.
Absolutely. Whew. This is not my ideal climate.
If thou feel Leeft al philothili.
Things get complicated. What's this mark? I wonder if you could actually all just be going now. Yep, okay. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Alright, so... Okay. Will it hurt your allies too? Hold on. Harming anything that's caught in his path. Yeah, so don't want to do that one.
Anna! Lavaru, be on seek!
Come on!
Anna!
And now I've become useless. Because my pet's dead.
I'm here.
Stand together!
Curses!
That's on me.
Curses!
Mow it.
Curses!
Mow it.
That...
Grave shall...
Can't get a good shot with this.
Stand.
Serious.
Still.
Hey.
Stand still.
Love!
I'm here. Can't get a good shot with this.
What does she have?
Grave shall feel our...
I could try.
I'm here.
Architect, were that...
Damn!
Let's see here. I have no idea what his spells do. I have a feeling that the skeletons would probably be more useful.
Yes? Stand still! Your...
That's...
Actually, let's try doing just some magic message.
Come on!
Roak 10!
No, don't. Summoning those guys means that they're not going to do as effective. Well, I guess he's almost dead, so. Back to the
Brave thou Philad Philad.
Except when you're about to die. You toss a protection up on him or something?
Curses!
Mo Ixi Ana! Roak! For Takoa! Brave thou Philad Philad. For Takoa!
A gift if the Eotheus doesn't wake up.
For Takoa!
No, he can't be!
Let's end it!
Well, let's do that right now.
Curses!
Got it. Apparently that was the Shining. On the ground where the dragon head curled around it, you find a stone that glows a brilliant orange and is cool to the touch when you reach to retrieve it. Durant catches a glimpse of it and his eyes bulge out of their sockets. He scowls, his mouth puckered as though having tasted poison, and he spits on the stony ground. A whore's cruel jest. The bitch has always known where to sink her claws to get a rise out of me. What did you do? This stone you carry, this is part of the bomb that destroyed Eothas, the Godhammer. What's it doing here? One wonders. The bomb blew big, but it would not have sent fragments this far from the citadel. The Drake must have carried it quite a distance, or Magran merely put it here herself. You seem angry. For the first time, Durant seems to become aware of his demeanor, and as quickly as it flared, it seems to recede, until you start to question whether he had been angry at all. No, it's not angry, you see. I am merely the victim of a divine practical joke, it seems. That will remain between she and I, Watcher, for only I am able to appreciate it. Worth anything? Ha! Ask Eothas. If you mean in terms of copper, there was a time when it might have been, but the markets soon became flooded with pieces of the Godhammer, most of them no more than the trivial enchantments of swindlers dabbling in wizardry, counterfeit. As there has never been a reliable way to judge a fragment's authenticity, and the would-be judges are often watchers, questionable as the artifacts themselves, their value has plummeted considerably. Ask any shopkeeper if he's interested, he'll try to sell you his fragments instead. Tell me about the Godhammer. Ask me on the road, Watcher. I'm in no mood for it with the whore's bitter perfume still clogging my senses. Nice. You catch Durant scowling once more out of the corner of your eyes, but he says nothing else. Lemau. Okay.
I shall.
Oh, what's over here? Loot? Ooh, Mantle of Breathing Flame. Cool. I like it.
I'm here.
Totally giving it to him. Because it'll make him mad. At least I think it'll make him mad. Who knows if it'll make him mad. Wait, does that mean only I can have it? Totally give it to him. Giant miniature space piglet? Where the hell did that come from? Huh. Oh my god. Well, that's what I haven't come across yet in belts. Okay. think she's in First Fires. Yeah, because she's in the Ducal Palace. Okay. I need to figure out how to make some, Blueberry more durable. She dies a lot.
Welcome.
Present Burning Stone. Returning to the Searing Falls myself, this is what I found. By the flame, do you know what this is? It's a fragment of the Godhammer bomb? Yes, she turns in her hand, the very weapon that Magrin herself helped us build to defeat Waidwen in the Saints' War. It's weird seeing it right in front of you like that. Before it was just stories, never seemed real. And her mouth twists into a frown and the orange light carves deep shadows across her face. So why don't I feel any differently? What good does this do? I think I like that second one. Magrin is the goddess of trials, and yet you sent me to pursue the vision she gave you. You proved yourself faithless. Was it a test, or just evidence of what Magrin already knew? I think I suspected, but I kept hoping for a different answer. Everyone's trial comes. There's no avoiding it. To avoid it is to fail it. Her weakness shows plain as the relics glow. She may have worn the robes of Magrin, but she never followed her. Lost in the darkness, this one. Do not forget what it looks like. She looks sadly at the empty-headed statue. This is the true burden of faith. Not a goddess's challenge, but her absence, her silence, or the answer that reveals your own hollow conviction. She folds her hands in front of her. It will take weeks still to appoint a suitable successor. In the meantime, I'll serve the people as best as I can. Wait here a moment. I'm no longer fit to wield this, but perhaps I can serve you. Besides, I do owe you some thanks for the service you performed. What did I get? Unforgiven added to my inventory. Oh, a flail. I want to give it to him, but he's got a staff. Alright, explorers in Erin Glenfath discovered an ivory horn of disputed provenance. Many Glenfathans believed it was stolen from Nguethian ruins, but the explorers claim it was dropped by an early dwarven expedition. The explorers were waiting for Deerwood arbitration in Ina's Rest when thieves attacked the group, killed several members, and stole the horn. Its current whereabouts are suspected to be somewhere along the Iseean River. Tank tracked the Ivory Horn's thieves all the way to the Forked Vale. After a small skirmish, 2 thieves were dead. Rather than die for the horn, the remaining thief dropped it and fled. Tank recovered it and returned it to the arbiters in Ina's Rest. After a ruling in their favor, the remnants of the expedition gave Tank the Nautilus of Gramon, a wondrous enchanted shell from the Deadfire Archipelago. What's it do? Summon a rain blight. Neat. Alright. How many days left? Wait. Finished in 2 days. 15 hours. Okay. Alright, so there was that quest. I think my reputation is still crap here, though. Control, yep. I don't know what I have to do to actually win favor here. Return to court. Another messenger from the Ducal Palace has arrived to Caed New. Warren. Oh, right. He wants to go. He wants a charred barrel.
This elder of yours, He may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe. But the search for Persoc is just as important as what I find.
Is that right? And what if you return empty-handed, eh?
I never return empty-handed. How's the hand?
Turning purple. I'd have to cut it off.
I warned you not to pet him.
If I'm not supposed to pet him, why is he so soft?
There he is. You realize that the charred barrel has gone quiet and turn to see the last of the patrons quickly disappearing through the front door. A moment later, a group of armed men and women stride into the tavern. Oh dear. The woman leading the armed group lowers her cowl with one hand while keeping the other on a pistol tucked to her belt. Yeah, you immediately recognize Gathman's captain. Yep. Now that the sheep have been herded from their pen, you and I can conduct our business, unfortunate as it may be. I remember you. You were Lord Gathman at the palace, yeah. Actually, just what do you want? Oh, I think you know. Lord Gathman has ordered your death. She forces a frown. A shame, really. I admire your exploits, even if only half of them are true. Sadly, I have my orders. Gathman will lose. You should work for me. The man is swine, albeit noble, wealthy swine. Were I to do it again, I doubt I'd taken him with him. But what's done is done, and Lord Gathman is as ruthless as he is arrogant. He'll go to great lengths to avenge a betrayal. What could you offer to make me consider such a risk? Better life working for an honorably. Tempting, but your honor has no match for Lord Gathman. Let's get this on. Ah, well. It's worth a shot. Okay, guys.
Thou feel
This is gonna suck because he's like half dead. Alright, oh yeah, nobody's got spells left. So, I have to do a redo here?
Can't get a good shot.
Oh, yeah, Blue's already dead. I'm gonna reload that part. Did not realize that I was walking into an ambush. Should have figured that I was, but whatever. Everybody is half dead. I wonder if I can actually do this.
Absolutely.
How do you do?
Serums. That's fine. And then one person go talk to him. That's good. received a missive from you. Chancellor sets down his mug of ale and looks at you quizzically. As far as I know, nothing has changed regarding your rightful possession of Caed Nua. And then everybody goes quiet. Oh dear. Blah blah blah, I remember you. And now you, I'll admit you seem quite interesting at last duty calls. What do you want? Gathbin will lose, continue. I still think better life for me. That's okay though. Okay. Okay, guys. You can do your... Everybody gets great protections. And you can do that. I've got spells. And then just attack everybody here. And then you can... Alright, skeleton guys. Okay, I need you to... Is this one? Yeah. They have a priest, that's probably why things hurt. Well, that was unexpected. Warren emerges from beneath his table and smooths the rumpled sleeves of his robe. It does make the strange reports I've received from the grass make more sense in context, however. Go on. Earl Baedmar decided to keep an eye on Lord Gathbin's activities. Gathbin has been hiring a lot of men recently, but for what purpose, we can't say. I'd advise you to take extra precautions at Caed Nua. He may be attempting to place spies or saboteurs within your walls. Be wary, Janelle. I don't think you've seen Lord Gathbin's endgame yet. He swallows the rest of his ale and gives you a curt nod before heading for the door. Goodbye. Okay. What do I get for loots? Fine pistol, fine battle axe. Ooh, what's this? Probably something that Deca can use. Ooh, large shields that look prettier than the other shield. Capes, fine mail, fine thingy. And then a bunch of naked people. Oh well. That's what you guys get for trying to mess my shit up.
I'd be glad to.
Alright. Hi, Robbie.
Hey, Allah, can I, talk to your, you know, your friend? What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know. No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. I mean, some of the things she says are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
Oh, I guess I should go back to Kid New. Find out why bad things are happening. No, I like my splay, but I'm gonna sleep over at the Goose first. Because I use spells and everybody's tired, even though nobody died. Well, I guess I could probably just go. No, I won't make the mistake again. I will be sleeped up. Alright. I need to get over... No, wait. There it is, the Gooseneck box. Uh-oh. Hamor, you asked me for one and I said no, not until you're older and more responsible. Do you remember this conversation? Uh-oh. Gordy's eyes are fixed on the ground in front of him. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. And yet I find you out here playing with a blade that clearly belongs to the Knights. Do you see the problem? I didn't steal it on as I traded it a secret for it. He points at you. Ask her. Hamor turns to you. Is what my son says true? He actually has a parent? Oh my god. Yes, it is. He's just a boy. Do you understand me? What were you thinking getting him a blade like this? You stay away from him from now on. Come on, Gordy. I won't have you loitering out here all day. Oh, I thought I was doing an orphan a favor. Apparently he actually has parents. Oops. Okay, person. Let me sleep.
Hail and well met.
Room. Yes, room. I want the Fletcher stay. Go, go, go. Alright, and now we leave. Run! Okay. Back to Caed Neu. I don't think my southern thingy, or no, my western wall? I forgot what I was building. I was building something. I don't think it's finished yet though. I think it'd be 2 days.
A few repairs and this keep will be a sight to see.
Okay. 2 days and 11 hours. Speak to the mob in front of my hall. Oh boy. I must save real quick. Mob. guys. I wouldn't pay, so they set my crops on fire. When my boy tried to stop them, they knocked him over the head. He's alive, but I can't think straight no more. He can't think straight no more. Your boy got lucky, my guards, good men both, got put to the sword after they surrendered. I paid those thugs what they wanted, but they still took everything I had. There she is. Can I help you? We don't need help, we just want you to leave us alone. We want justice. Go on. You sent your men to my farm to collect a crop tax, saying we was overdue. For me, it was a road toll. I've been traveling up and down this way for years, and this is the first I'd heard of such a thing. Other people chime in with similar. What makes you think I sent these men? They said they were acting on orders from the Lady of Caed Neu. That's you. Those weren't my men. Then who were they? They weren't no If this happens again, it's not on my orders. You heard it directly from me. Say we believe you. What about what we've lost? What about my crops? And my goods? And the families of my guards? If these men face justice, you can count on it. Appreciate that, but can you offer compensation? Just a little to help us get by, of course. Fine, take 1,000. I don't care. Most generous of you. Either that or that. Well, I got 3 prestige out of it. I guess that's good. Buying prestige. Ah, angry mobs. The inevitable thorn in every ruler's side. You know? Marshal Forward brings you. I have news about Lord Gathbin. Let's discuss it in the Great Hall, away from curious ears. Okay. Alright, Marshal, what's up? Continue. I've recently received word that Lord Gathbin is amassing an army of mercenaries near Yenwood Field. It appears a peaceful claim to Caed Neu is no longer possible. Yes, this is the first time I'm playing through. This is the first time I've ever played Pillars of Eternity, so... yeah. The Earl has sent me to aid you in forming your own force to counter this threat. I'm here as in an advisory role only, of course. The Earl won't officially take sides on this dispute. Oh boy. Oh, the Earl officially literally reminds me. It's a delicate situation. Legally, Lord Gathbin's claim is just, and he knows it. Stripping land and title from a noble family is quite dangerous, perhaps more than killing the man outright. With Gathbin dead, the Earl only need worry about blood vengeance from family members that actually cared for Lord Gathbin. Those, if court gossip is to believe, are few and far between. Losing a family claim to land and title, though, such disputes incite hatred from the entire clan and their political allies, not to mention the unease it causes amongst other nobles. Wars are settled for less. No, if Gathbin is to be denied, it will be you who must prove your legitimacy to the Earl and all others who dispute your claims. This is what it means to be noble in Dyrwood. Well, where I come from, it's probably about the same. If there's anything else you wish to know, please ask. Let's talk about my army. Where am I getting my troops? I've sent out a call for volunteers from lands around Caed Neu. Hopefully people will realize that being under your rule is preferable to that of Lord Gathbin's. Any Hirelings stationed at Caed Neu will also accompany you to battle, so I suggest you acquire as many of them as possible. However, most of these men and women have no military experience. Hopefully you can gain additional allies, the Knights of the Crucible perhaps, or dozens. What's the status of my regular troops? 2 green, 2 few if you go up against Gathbin now. Losses will be heavy, however victory is still possible. We need to recruit veteran troops. I know a company or 2 of veterans that would be willing to join us for a bit of coin. I'd say 10,000. Oh, boy, I don't have that much at the moment. What special allies do I have available? No one has offered their help, I'm afraid. It may be possible to find an ally in Defiance Bay. Among the Knights of the Crucible, the dozens, or if you're truly desperate, House Dominel. Oh, okay. Also heard rumors of a force of red Syrians currently in the White March. If you find your way that far, perhaps you can sway. I have a feeling this is something I'm going to be gathering. This is like not immediate. No, I don't want to go to Yenwood Field yet. How much time do I have? Here we go. Enough. It's rumored Lord Gathman will suffer a series of unfortunate and completely unforeseeable setbacks before his army is complete. Still, I'd not tarry long. So I have time. If I have a fortress with strong walls, why not let Gathman's army come to me? Lord Gathman isn't fool enough to risk tearing down Caed Newt just to kill you. And if you shield yourself behind these walls, he'll have free reign to torment your subjects in the countryside. Earl Baedmar will see your action against Lord Gathman as a sign that you're unwilling to perform your duties as Lord of Caed Newt. Losing his support will have dire consequences. Taking the fight to Lord Gathman is your only option. Okay, so definitely let's not do that one right yet. What's that? No, that's not what I want. Battle of Yenwood Field. Please tell me that this is something I can do. An army of my own. Marshal Forwin will assist me in logistic coordinating. Yada yada yada. Okay. Okay. So I gotta raise my own army. Awesome. Let's do this now. Okay. Bandits, bandits. Whoa, you guys, I hate that when this happens, they always nail practically one person. Where is he? There he is. Alright, no, you guys are not allowed to all just smush me, and you get to do this.
Lavaru, that's not.
You get to do this. And possibly this. That's not going to hit anybody that you like. Awesome.
That's for my child.
Okay, that guy's dead. Good.
Roak 10!
And that guy. And he exploded. Excellent. No, I want to loot the bodies. So not fair.
Walls need some work before this place is
Oh, good.
secured.
They didn't disappear this time.
My husband could fix them right up.
Last time,
I'm here.
when I solved one of those things, all the bodies disappeared, so I didn't get to loot them. I know, I had a sad. Okay, how much? 24 hours, so it will finish in a day. Okay, so I need to do a barracks next. So what can I do in a day, at least? Theorems of Pengram. Okay, so I have to go. Can't do that with him yet because, oh wait, does anybody want to talk to me? No, nobody wants to talk to me. Time and Tide, Canut Row. He wants to investigate the ruins below. That's the ruins below, the Long Hunt. I wonder actually if I can just do that now. Why not? Let's check it out. So am I guessing correctly, by the way?
Sorry?
Am I guessing correctly that when you have the option to gather an army, that's something that you can go ahead and side quest and do your quests and everything like that? And, okay, good.
Okay, have you been to Main City yet?
Defiance Bay, yes. I'm in, like
Have you...
I've found some of Wodika's things, and he's I've progressed to the point where I need to get the 3 things now,
Okay.
or 3 quests.
Very minor spoiler, there comes a point at which you can go to do, essentially there's public hearings on inmates.
Okay, I haven't gotten to that point yet.
And you have to go to the hearings. That is the point at which, once you go to those hearings, plot happens and you can't go backwards.
Oh, okay. So that's my point of no return. There's no easy...
And you can take as long as you want to go to the hearings. They'll wait for you for months.
Okay, cool.
But
I wasn't sure, because this one's like, he's amassing an army, he's amassing an army, he's amassing an army. And I'm like, okay, but I have nobody at this point, so what? And it's like, oh no, you can get the help of the dozens
Walls need some
and the
work
crucible
before this
and the
place
blah,
is
blah, blah.
secure.
Damn it, that's not where I want
My
to go.
husband could fix them right up.
Except, where is it? Oh, maybe it's there. Okay. I knew there was a place to go to, but I just couldn't figure out where it was. But yeah, it's like the marshal that comes in and he's like, yada, yada, yada. Sorry. The marshal comes in and he's all like, you know, this is you've got an army, but you have time, lol, because we're giving him setbacks and stuff. And so I was like, okay, that means I need to probably make friends, and that means I need time. But they say that, they kind of like hint at saying, yes, you have time. Because he
oh, is this for the
for Cade New.
the guy who's trying to
Yeah. Okay, gosh. Dang it, where the heck? Oh, it's right there. I'm like, I know there's a way to go down, because this, wait. But wait. How the frickety frack? I see stairs right there.
Here we are. To think we are so close. Beneath our very feet lie the endless paths built by Ard Nua, the great Engwithan king. Well, up here this is all Adiran, of course. But should we descend far enough, we will find some real history. To uncover that great king's tomb would be a dream. But it is one of his servants I am after. Gabranos. A powerful mage, and a dedicated scholar, a keeper of lore, just as I mean to be. He was in possession of the Tanvi Oratoa, or whatever form of it preceded the one we know. I've seen it in ruins, alongside Gabranos' name, scraps of the same symbols and verses we know in Rauatai. He must have held the words in high regard. Or perhaps he was even the author.
I've got Kana. Hold on. They say he held power over the elements, but I'm more interested in his writing. He was a prolific author. I haven't been able to translate everything, but I've seen enough to know he's traveled far and wide. Let's start looking.
If my sources are correct, Gabranos will have brought the text with him. It will probably be within a library, or a tomb perhaps. It tends to be one of the two. Let's be off.
Alright, I've got me, Aloth, Eater, Durance, Kana, and Sagani.
Do you have anyone else waiting, or...?
Just now, just to,
You haven't found the mother yet?
what mother?
You'll see.
Okay. No, I have not.
By the way, if you want to, I believe that there's an option so that when you, it'll show on the conversation options how it will affect, like whether or not you'll gain benevolent or whether or not you'll gain.
Yeah, I don't care.
So, I don't know if that's something you care about or not.
I'm actually I'm pretty balanced in my, I think in my character sheet. I've got benevolent 3, clever 1, diplomatic 1, passionate 1, rational and honest 2. Yeah. Just trying to figure out how to get Defiance Bay reputation up there. It's like I can't continue with Eater's quest until I have some reputation at Defiance Bay.
Eventually, you're going to get to a point in this.
Yeah.
And admittedly, I ground to get there, but you'll get to a point in here where you can't progress any further in the dungeon
Okay.
of Kenoa until you do a quest in Defiance Bay.
Okay.
So
That works for me.
the problem is it doesn't tell you that.
Oh, that doesn't work for me. That sucks. Okay.
Like I thought the game was bugged.
I mean, alright, so there's stuff down here. What do we got? Yeah,
Brave dogs.
Stand together!
this crooked effigy has been cobbled together with logs, scaled hides, and bones. Oh boy.
I'd be glad to.
Smell, sense dragons, dark hands.
I'm on the trail.
See now what the flame has shown us?
Woohoo. Yay.
And the fire shows me something new.
Ja! Ja! Stand together!
Need a fighting hand here.
Blade of the Endless Pass. Ooh. A great and ancient weapon has been dismantled, its pieces strewn throughout the endless paths of Odnua. Perhaps if all these pieces can be found again, the weapon can be reforged. Okay, I found another piece. That's cool.
Keeping an eye out.
Brave dogs Rathili.
Stand together!
Not a sound.
This Zarup is lying in a corner of the chamber. Its ribs show starkly beneath its skinny hide, and its breathing is labored, each whistling breath causing obvious discomfort. Sagani squints at the creature. This one's ill. See how dull the eyes are? Doesn't seem to be reacting to your presence. Examine it. You look the sick creature over and notice that its skin shows some discoloration with ugly patches of yellow and livid purple. It seems to match the symptoms of a common poison known as Makar's tears. You also note the discoloration is worse underneath the painted symbols dabbed into the creature's skin. Yeah, there's a banging sound, there's a muted wet gurgle, and then the creature lies still, blood pooling beneath the withered body. Soon enough, its eyes are glassy, empty of life. A quick death. Well, yeah, I got poisoned.
Absolutely. I'm on the trail.
Stand together!
Crawled against the inside of this broken shell is a tiny white shape. Only when a tiny toothed maw opens to let out a frightened squeak, it's clear that this is a small worm recently hatched. Pick it up! A tiny white worm to my inventory. It's a Durgan. As a baby Durgan. These cracked eggshells are leathery but brittle, and most of them have been trampled into fine dust stamped with tiny clawed footprints. Okay.
I'll take a look.
Back to sneaky thingy. And
Stand!
kill.
Step! Yeah!
I shall be discreet.
Let's see what lies this way.
Now this, boy needs to get his head out of books and into the fight!
So close.
Yes?
Laying low.
What's this? Hand and key. Medium armor. Pierce, burn, freeze. Defense against confused. Worn by Pefrel, a paladin of the kind wayfarers. His breastplate bears an elegant relief. Two hands presenting key. Huh. Oh, neat. I didn't know you could do that. Ha ha ha. Pharomon's Curse. This rolled up piece of parchment is covered in smeared charcoal scrawls. Let me get it down in writing. I knew this was a shit plan from the start. Merrick, gleeful as a toddler, convinced we were going to talk the Zerps into helping us fill our pockets. Help Andres right into a great big pit, more like. Now you've all run off like hares. Meanwhile, here's me up to my armpits in bones and Zerp shit. I hope you all rot down here. I hope Merrick trips right off the edge of the world and Drafton loses what's left of his wits and guts like the rest of you. And the guts the rest of you. 5 of us left and you run. Curse each and every one of you, and curse me too for dying here on account of a bunch of mewling piss pots. Here's for what one of you rotten lizard bastards learned some Darren. I hope you all fucking choke. Nice. Somebody's a little
Absolutely.
better at dying.
Yeah! Yeah!
And what does the flame reveal?
Oh boy. This whole plot is bloody as crap. Stepping into this chamber, you are assailed by a cacophony of screeches, growls, and barks. Blood-spattered Zerups dance in frantic, leaping motions to one side as Zerup plunges his hand into a bucket of teeming with blood to dab patterns onto others eager to join the rites. At the far end of the room, one Zerup wearing a long skull of a young drake and vibrant feathers shakes a staff towards the gathered Zerup, screeching and clicking. The high priest suddenly raises his staff above his head, shrieking with renewed vigor. He swings his staff downward to point at the pit, and then at you. I'm not sure I like that suggestion. Yeah, me neither.
Yes?
I'll see what I can find.
What?
Well, this should be fun.
I'm here.
Bells are up, so it should be fine. What? Turn back. There is only death upon the endless paths. But. This wide pit descends into a grim darkness. You hear the whistling howl of wind, and from time to time hot gusts of air tug at your clothing. Examine the pit. The chasm appears to have been dug out with tools rather than being a natural formation. It seems to be very deep, but you cannot see the bottom to gauge the distance. I'm gonna leave, and then we're gonna just take everything.
Certainly.
Hey.
And then maybe we're gonna sleep. See if anybody says anything to me because I'm in a dungeon and this happens every time. Nobody wants to say nothing to me.
I'm here.
Okay. Quick save. Use the grappling hook. Take a grappling hook from your pack and tie it up neatly around one of the heavy stone blocks surrounding the pit. A few hard tugs suggest the rope will hold fast. Keeping a firm hold on the rope, you begin your descent into the darkness. Soon the edge of the pit is far above your head, and you can hear only the creak of the rope and your own breaths. Soon enough, however, you see another source of light far below, past the dangling end of the rope. You can see a dimly lit room, at the center of which is a circular stone pool. The pool is filled with blood, and even at this distance you can pick out various limbs and mangled bodies, largely Zurip in nature. The tunnel bored into the stone ends a ways above the chamber below, and your rope extends no further. Climb down. Bracing yourself for the landing, you loosen your hold, dropping down remaining distance to land within the pool of blood with a noisy splash. Thick murky waters hinder your swimming, threatening to pull you down into the unseen depths of this grim pit, but at last you crest the surface and pull yourself up and over the brim to find yourself at the edge of a reeking, sludgy mixture of blood and limbs. Ugh. Barf. Limbs and organs bob in this mire of blood and gristle. The carnage stirs with the occasional gust of wind from the tunnel above. Corpse draped over the edge of the pool is contoured in the throes of what must have been his final agony. Rotting skeletal hands still clutched towards his throat.
I'd be glad to.
Nice and quiet.
Expedition log page. This appears to be a page torn from some larger text. Skada did not make it. I know Merrick tried his best. No point in turning back now. That's what Merrick's saying. I think the point is leaving these ruins alive. We have lost half of our people already, and I'm not sure how we are meant to survive this place, especially with Skyda gone. The gods were kind to let us find that study in the books there. Those tomes would fetch a good price in and of themselves. We don't need to go any further. But the seal has stirred his blood. He's sure we'll find more Enwithian relics below. Every step takes us further from a guaranteed haul and deeper into unknown territory. I don't know what madness has gripped him. I cannot stop thinking about Edriga, the way she screamed.
Now this I haven't seen before.
They got the priest.
Ah, crap.
I'm on the trail.
He has bruised ribs. Okay.
I'll see what I can find.
Bruised ribs means no stealth?
Look there! Look there!
Sacre tu! Brave.
Stand together!
I'd be glad to.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
Settle! Yeah!
Hello? Hello?
Settle! Settle!
The alcoves have been lined with straw and bundles of feathers and fur. Musky reek lingers in the air. That's where they sleep.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
That's it!
Proacted!
At once.
Laying low.
Lakilim.
Dead on!
Roakten!
Let's have it out!
I'm here.
Stand together!
I'd be glad to.
Dead on! That one hit true.
Oh boy. Does everybody have enough? Yeah, I think people have enough spells. At the edge of this expansive chamber, encircled by a jabbering host of Zurps, stands a massive reptilian creature. Its snout is spattered with bloody remains of recent meals, goblets of flesh still speared on its crooked fangs. Zurp shift anxiously, looking up expectantly at the drake as the beast stretches its leathery wings in challenge, brushing the pillars to either side. Yes, yes, more sacrifice. It flaps its wings briefly and stirs up a great clouds of dust. Come here, human, be honored. I'm fine right here, thank you. Drake lets out a low growl. Here, I said, here! Hisses and claws at the air, sending one Zurp scrambling out of reach. Disobeys me, stupid, small, squishy sacrifice. Lizards will fetch it. Sacrifice will not come. Is there a sacrifice to you? Are you the master below? Master below is below. Sacrifice is not very smart. You think you see a section of the drake's scaled chest begin to glow orange as it laughs. Master made me lord here. Here I am king. Flames gout from its nostrils and gaping jaws. I am god of fire and gold. Okay. Whoa, there's a lot of you fuckers. Did it interrupt him so he's not gonna do it? Alright, well. That's his next one. Meanwhile, you need to...
Ulu Sen!
Alright, and then... attack that guy.
Can't get a good shot.
Raid. We're down one.
What? Navaru beyond
Sakiku!
good shot at this.
Yeah, you guys are in the way, so we're gonna go with this.
Lavaru beyond seek!
We're one fewer.
That's not very helpful.
Proacted!
Okay, well, how do I cancel this stupid bubble?
Can't get a good shot with this.
Alright, let's see what this thing's got.
I'm here.
There's a staff. Ardra, Drake Talon. Oh, nothing really cool. What's this? It's a medium shield and an amulet of health. Nice.
At once.
And that's stairs to go down. The vague shapes of Kith are visible in the coal black ash coating brickwork. I need to go check and see. Well, one, I think 5 levels down is good. Yeah, this goes outside apparently. Oh, keeps going. Nice. Let's go back to level 1. Uh-oh, am I trapped? How do I get past this stupid thing here? Aha. Not trapped. Alright.
Walls need some work before this place is secure. My husband could fix them right up.
Okay, first we're gonna sleeps. And then check and see how my wall is doing. And then if it's good, I think I will build a barracks. Yeah, I know, no bonus. That's fine. Yes, that's what I want to hear. So the south and west walls are good. weeks. Finished in 2 days. Okay. Oh, what's this? Okay. Sound's getting all weird on me.
The keep's coming along nicely.
Okay. Guess go back to the salty mast. Probably do like a gear dump too. All this kobold crap that I got.
Of all the things I've gotten used to, food was the hardest adjustment.
I quite agree. Deer wouldn't oversalt everything and drown it in sauce.
And they burn out all the flavor. Nothing like a raw deer flank.
What did the crier just say? Did I miss what he said? I did miss what he said. Oh. What did you say? Call for interested patrons of what? I don't even know. Who freaking knows? Alright, refugees. Let's see what's in here. Okay, this is getting a little too cold. Oh. Oh, it's a drug den. Awesome. Dozen tiny something squirm within a pot of rice. Ew. It's a Svenden. Or a Seth. Zeph? Veth? I don't even know. Probably see what I have. Tiny white worm. Done. Yeah, just in case. Oh, okay, I see what it is. And rapier. I have a feeling I have a lot of duplicate books. Okay, now let's see what's in here. Is there anything in here that could be useful? I don't want to be crushed. Do I have any bows in here? No, no special bows, so I guess I'm kind of SOL on that one. Wow, I have a lot of crap I should sell. has a pretty awesome scepter right now, actually. What kind of armor is he wearing? Medium armor, huh? He's overseeing. I guess I'll keep his armor on him. He's wearing just a hood. No special hats that I can enchant. Oh well. Okay, why not? Okay. That's a great sword. Okay, the whispers are pretty awesome. Okay, your staff is pretty much staying there. If it can be enchanted any further, its quality can be... Yeah, why not? Oh, did I just make myself poor? Oh well, don't You need items, though. Yeah, why not? I feel like I saw somewhere that you can actually cook things, but I don't remember how to cook things. She's got, I think she's good for now. She needs a hat. That is a proper hat. That is an excellent hat. Totally saving now. Now I need to find somebody to sell my
That means
shit
a lot, Adair. Oh, do you want one too? Sorry, I meant for Isselmere. I'll get you one too.
Wait, did I already go over here? Yeah, I did. This is what I wanted. Who's Oda? Let's find out. The woman looks like she hasn't slept in days. Her hair is a rat's nest of tangles, and her eyes are lined with shadows. She casts an anxious glance at the door. Her eyes widen somewhere between hope and apprehension. Are you here about Darren? I'm sorry. Thank the Sea Mother. Where is he? Darren won't be coming back. She says, my boy's dead. That can't be. Darren was defending one of the prostitutes from a couple of thugs. He was very brave and you should be proud. brings her hands to her mouth. Her eyes are bright with tears. Gods, how can this make it any better? I would never have let my boy die for one of those women, and yet I can only pray that gods will be kinder to him in the next life. Maybe there's hope for one of my children. I suppose it's better to know the truth than to keep wondering. Thank you, at least for bringing me answers. Here, take these. I've been saving several keepsakes for Darren one day, but he won't need them now, and I doubt I'll have another child to pass them on to. Oh, man. Quiet, motionless shape is swallowed beneath filthy rags and moth-eaten towels. You guys are killing me here. This is so tough. Bathing house. Heritage Hill. Ramshackle house. Lighthouse. There's the salt nest.
Nothing like this in Gilded Vale. Just Wallaruna the milkmaid. She knew what she was doing. Overfried cod, watered ale, and prostitution. A bastion of Deerwooden culture.
I hope you aren't expecting to find the Leaden Key in here.
Visit new lands, see the sights. I do love travel.
Now to find a home for my other staff.
There we go.
Good day to you.
Golden hoop dangles from one ear, and his fine fitted claws whisper as he glides over to you. You have me at a loss. How can I afford time with such a magnificent creature? You couldn't even in your most... Never mind. Okay. What's in here? Yoink. Roll bills and receipts show amounts paid to May's staff as well as her expenses for ale, fish, and new linens. Wade's eyes are red-rimmed and unfocused. He stares into a filthy mug as if searching for something. He shivers and takes another drink. Why don't you just take one of them stools over there? He swats at the air in your door. Now, nowhere else for me to go, not with the wife and estate and my boy. He face freezes. Turns back to the bar, muttering into his drink. Who is Captain? I don't even know. Okay, dancing lady. Wait, is that who I need? No, that's not. Old drunkard. These people, yeah, these are. This is rather graphic to someone named Cyril. Cyril!
Hail and well met.
No, I'm good. Actually, I'm pretty sure I don't have any money left because I just enchanted everything. Whoops.
Gods keep you.
No. What's the name? I forgot it, actually. Cyril. Okay, yeah, it is Cyril. Special lounge is only for what? Members only, okay. I hope she's... Oh, Cyril's guard. We're gonna save. No, we're just gonna quick save. Just in case. Can't get in that way. If you want to meet Cyril, talk to Maya. Maya is downstairs, I wager? I didn't see her up here. Okay, where's Maya? Oh, there she is. Hurt her.
Greetings.
Yama woman watches you suspiciously. One hand is tensed at her side, but as you approach, she relaxes and gives you a friendly, if wary smile. I don't see many outfitted like you. You aren't looking for trouble. You aren't looking for trouble, are you? I'm here for some... No, what kind of trouble do you have? And the frown ripples across her blue facial markings. The kind that's bad for business. Local rowdies have taken to harassing my hardworking boys and girls and our customers. They started showing about this rash of Hollowborn, and they've been driving my regulars away. She looks you up and down, scratching her chin. There aren't too many who care about what happens in places like the Gift. But word is you're an exception. The Knights are. Too busy sniffing around Duke Avar to bother with us commoners, and I just as soon not deal with their bureaucracy anyway. Tell me how I can help. You need me to make an example out. No one should be harassed. I'll put an end to this. These thugs tend to roam in groups, which suggests to me that these aren't random incidents. She places one large finger on your chest. You should put a stop to these attacks. You put a stop to these attacks, and I'll find a real nice way to thank you. Got me? She means to bake us something. My vote's for cookies. Questions, shoot. What do you know about these attacks? She waves a hand at the door. You only have to step outside to see it for yourself. Those thugs out there are just waiting to cause trouble for anyone coming or going. She sizes you up. Maybe they would have let you pass, however. Tell me about your business. She rubs the back of her neck. It's not doing as well as I'd like with all this trouble. I run an honest enterprise, just trying to give folks a little rest and relaxation. You help me out and I'll see about getting your special discount. Can I ask you about something else? Is there someone... No, just what can I do for comely lass like yourself? Is there someone here named Cyril? You must be new in town, dearie. She's only the most sought-after girl in the district. You want to spend time with her? Just ask. She's 1,000 for the night. But she's worth every hand, or so they tell me. Fancy I go with her? Best money you can spend in the Gift. Maybe another time. That's what everyone says at first. Order refreshments. Or, as I like to say, I'm going to unload all of my crap on you. Like, literally. Okay, I think. How many camping supplies? I will grab just one. Trade. Ah, supply and demand. Street thugs. Find and confront me. The owner wants me to stop the thugs and harass clients. Of course, suspect that someone is organizing them. Big Dermsy. The Orland man seems to walk with a slight limp. He doesn't say anything when he stops regards with you. Oh, I'm not interested.
Good day, stranger.
Okay, let's see what's outside. Maybe I'll get ambushed by the thugs. So I want to go over by the lighthouse, see what's over there. Ah, there we go. Harassing thug. Looks like we've got ourselves a highborn. Form one, too. He nods to his shifty-eyed companion. Let's give her a proper welcome. Let's talk this through. He draws a sharpened blade, smiles. I'm afraid you're missing the point. Yeah, okay.
Brave
Dead on!
Need to do that now. And that. And possibly this.
Dead on!
Mow it.
There we go. Okay. This is the problem. If May's theory is correct, one of them may have evidence of a larger prop. One of the thugs dropped a key that looks like it belongs to the house. An Oldra's gift.
Certainly. I'm here.
Yes?
Ready, Watcher.
At once.
What's in here? Uh-oh, I think my thing's about to... Alrighty. Warehouse. Caution flammable. Who's this guy? A man stands in the corner of the warehouse directing traffic. Gems wink from the many rings on his fingers as he points and waves at the laborers. His silk clothes, though finely embroidered, aren't new. You noticed a couple mended seams around the shoulders and a discreet patch on one elbow.
Welcome.
When he sees you, he throws his arms wide in an expansive welcome. Greetings! You have come to the warehouse and headquarters of the Valian Trading Company. He consults a pocket watch. Some of the gold filigree has chipped away. But you were late. I sent word to the expedition hall yesterday. This delivery cannot wait. Who was that feathered woman? Ah, you must mean Pelagina. She's a paladin in the employ of the Valian embassy. She's a good soldier, but not so good at taking orders. Too hot for temper. She seemed angry. That is no surprise. She's hot-headed, that woman in a brotherhood of paladins and touched by the gods in such an unusual way. Something else I can help you with, or shall I return to my business? What's the delivery? He tugs at his beard. I must assume, then, that you are not from the company I contacted at the expedition hall. But you are here, and they are not. It is a bag of bitter squash seeds, which are prized for their medicinal properties. Few merchants in Defiance Bay deal in them, but those who do know their value. Seems simple enough. Why ask me? My own couriers have been robbed and beaten these past weeks. It would seem that some of my competitors resent my success. In any case, you are not a known associate. You would be left alone. And if not, you look like you can handle yourself. And as for your integrity, I suppose I will just have to trust you, as you will have to trust my assurances that you won't find a buyer outside of my contact. I'll do it. Excellent. Now deliver this package to a man named Gareth at the Goose and Fox in Camp Copper Lane. He will know what to do with it. He slips a bag of pebbly seeds into your hand. Return to me when you're done, and I shall see you to your payment.
Good day, stranger.
Better deliver that package. No, business such as this is best concluded quickly. What do you do here? I'm a merchant from Enchenzi, the fairest of the Valian republics. Here in Defiance Bay, I run the Valian Trading Company. We ship cargo to and from the republics. We are part of the grandest mercantile organization in the world. Anything you can imagine, we can ship it for a fee. Tell me more. We are a confederation of merchants and traders from the republics. We sell all manner of goods and equipment and for years we've enjoyed fruitful contracts with many shops, inns, and armorers throughout Defiance Bay. Something wrong? It is nothing. Only that the competition has grown especially fierce in recent months, but I suppose this is to be expected given the legacy, as the locals call it. Farewell. At all costs.
Greetings.
A young woman stands behind the counter watching you with a quick, intelligent eyes. Welcome, this is your first visit to the Valian Trading Company, is it not? Please let me know how I can assist you. Who are you? I am the assistant manager of this warehouse. Currently I help Berzana run things, but I'll take over when he retires, or when the company bosses back home decide it's time for new management. You have more business to discuss? Nah, I'm good. Thickens. A free harassing thugs. Alright,
Greetings.
Afri wears a defiant expression and a sturdy yet battered suit of armor. She seems to bear each scratch and ding with pride. You don't look like one of the knights. Can I help you with something? Who are you? I'm Afri, a lieutenant with the Dozens. She taps her dented breastplate. We're the last fighting force in Defiance Bay that remembers what it means to be a Deerwoodian. Unfortunately, I'm the only one who seems to care about the way Maya's squeezing the locals. I'm here about the trouble. Ordinary Kith are angry, as they should be with that crooked Aumaua toadying up to the nobles, she sneers. She's using the tragedy of Waidwin's legacy to line her pockets. She's no better than a Deeran overlords who drove out 200 years ago. People around here know you to be an honest broker, made it only so the rich can afford her establishment, yet she sits in the poorest district of Defiance Bay. How's that fair? We've taken matters in our own hands, but she's the real criminal here. Why don't you tell her to back down? The dozens, local militia. I haven't liked what I've heard about the Knights so far, but I haven't actually gotten in touch with them. Yeah, I don't need a discount at her place anyway. Glad you see our side. Still gonna rob you blind. Oh, cool. And that's the first time I've actually got to keep any of the taxes.
I wonder, Alof, don't you ever feel curious about Isilmir's history?
Not even a little.
But think of the opportunities. You could learn so much about the past.
There are some things I'm happy not knowing.
Okay, this may or may not get ugly.
Gods keep you.
Always good to have a few more warm bodies in here. Any progress with those thugs? I wanted to talk to you about that. I hear you've been raising prices. What else am I supposed to do? I have to provide certain measures for my employees and their clients, especially with so many Hollowborn in the district. With the price of bitter squash as high as it is, we've got no choice but to raise mine. And don't get me started on the cutthroat business, not with the Domiels carrying on the way they do. I wish I had that. I could talk to the Domiels about their bitter squash prices. She raises her arms. Is your neck Briticanta Dominel would be the easiest to persuade. She handles the family books. With any luck, you could find her at the manor over in Brackenberry. Just watch your step around her and watch your step around all of them. Like a night with Cyril. You'll find her in her quarters upstairs. She lays a large hand on your shoulder. Don't mind the burly fellows at the door. They're just here to make sure everyone has a good time. Alright.
Hail and well met.
Powder almost hides the circles under eyes. I am doing the thing. Hey, are you doing the thing with Stardew Valley? Hi, Adam. Okay, powder almost hides the circles under her eyes, and rouge dusts her two prominent cheekbones. Despite it all, Cyril is beautiful. She favors you with a smile that she must have practiced and perfected. Hello, stranger. Let me make you more comfortable. It is rather warm in here. Oh, crap. Did I just sleep with her? I think I did.
Greetings.
Something I need to discuss with you. Okay, whoops. Apparently I just slept with her and it was a quick fade to black. That's like, whoa, what? That's hilarious. Oh my god. I was just thought I was being kind of like facetious or something. Okay, apparently. She runs a smooth finger along your neck and under your chin. Just tell me what you like. It's extra if you want to bring someone else in, though. Your friend Thirstwind sent me. He needs that medallion. So do I. I offered him him half of the money, and he refused it. I'm sure he told you about all about his broken clan. Did he also tell you that I got him where he is today? Yes, he did, actually. I really am sorry for him, but I'll bet you anything he lives better now than he did in Air Glenfath. I've worked a long time for a way out, and I'm not giving it up just because And suddenly got nostalgic. I'll buy it from you. It's worth 6,000 pans. If you got that kind of coin, I'll gladly spend it. Fuck. Well, that was a waste of 1,000 pans. All those kobold equivalents died for naught. The thing he's doing, man. Ooh, a British warrior has arrived? What? Seeking employment. Oh, I can't hire you yet. The barracks are still being built. How much time? 20 hours. Don't leave. Yeah, I was pretty bad in the beginning as well. Come on. Oh, I guess I can't do it from there. What's this? This is an abandoned house. That, oh, that's right. Over here. Actually, I'm gonna come back here and see if they say anything. And don't worry, Adam, when it comes to Stardew Valley and making money, you'll get there eventually, like...
Hail, traveler.
After your first year. Okay, I guess there's nothing else I can say to her about the prices of butternut squash, or whatever it's called. That's right. Right, lighthouse over here. I am curious.
A touch of Margaren's fire should settle spirits here.
Oh, I guess the lighthouse is haunted. Oh, but I need the right key. Wah. Oh, you silly. Who's bragging? Got as much right to stand here as the guys going into that whorehouse. If they don't like what I got to say, they can go someplace else. This belong to you? That's mine, alright. No one touches my dagger and lives. I'd like to see you try. Yeah, you're gonna die, dude. Okay, except you need to do that. And then also, you need to protect everybody. And then also do that. Alright. I need to attack that. And I need you to also attack him. No! Paste him. Won't bring the boy back, but it made me feel better.
I'm here.
Yes?
What?
Ready, Watcher.
Certainly.
you're going to have to accept the fact that you're going to have to cut down live trees for wood. Otherwise, you're going to be buying all of your wood and from Robin, and that can get expensive fast. Who's this guy? Brian Walker. I don't care. What about this guy, Burrow? Oh, fine. You... Alright, we're gonna leave here. Beans take, I think, if you hover over the, if you hover over each of the seed packets, it'll tell you how long it takes them. I think I want to say 7 days, and then they keep growing afterwards. Like 1 every 4 days, I want to say. That is one heck of a name. Yeah, I figured as much. Nothing, okay. I think I need to go to the place. Well, let's go to Copper Lane first. Drop off that stuff at the Goose and get some rest because I think Durance needs some sleepy time. Pretty sure it's a pool. Yep. Okay, I need... Ah, there he is. Gareth. A man skulks near the bar. He seems like he's trying to blend in with the wood paneling, and he watches the other patrons out of the corner of his eye. He gives you a quick nod as you approach. Lorenzo has a delivery for you. He glances around and snatches a pouch from you. Keep your voice down, will you? Dominels have spies everywhere. Tucks the pouch away. You tell Lorenzo this is the last time I'm buying from him. This is getting too dangerous for me. Did I just do something illegal? I don't think I've heard of the Dominels. The more important thing is making sure they don't hear of you. They're old Brackenberry stock, but these days the Dominels are known for their business activities, most of which involve some degree of bribery, extortion, theft, or murder. What do they have to do? You have no idea, do you? Let's just say that the Dominels have exclusive rights to trade certain merchandise within the city. Lorenzo likes to make some extra coin from time to time by dealing in the same merchandise, undercutting the competition, he says. What's in that pouch? Bitter squash seeds. They interrupt pregnancies. Even though they're not exactly legal, many folks nowadays prefer them to the risk of hollowborn or celibacy. No? Are we done? Yeah, we're done. Now get out of here before. And attack. Donna, a woman swaggers in. Her polished boots thwacking the floor with slow, deliberate steps. A crooked sneer wraps her smooth face. Gareth, I'm her. You promised to buy only from me. What's a girl to think? Gareth bows his knees, knocking together. Please, my lady, I was just explaining that I don't do business with anyone else. Except this one last time, right? Donna crosses her arms and rocks back on her heels. There's always one more deal until you run out of credit, that is. Donna turns and regards you, looking you up and down, and just to you don't exactly look like a seed dealer. Elle glances at Gareth. I think that's a compliment. Just someone making a delivery? Lorenzo put you up to this, didn't he? That old fool's on a sinking ship, and he's determined to drag anyone who gets close enough down with him. She eyes the trembling Gareth. Gareth here knew better, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In fact, I'll also give you a chance to get even with the imbecile who's been playing us both. What do you say to killing? No. Why would I want to do that? Why wouldn't you? He's used you to do his dirty work, and without telling you anything about what you were carrying or who you were crossing. Taps a finger to her jaw, and her voice slows. Of course, I'd also consider it a personal favor, and House Dominel is never stingy with its friends. The loyal ones, anyway. Tell me about the I don't know whether to be relieved or insulted. We're one of the wealthiest merchant families in Defiance Bay. Let's just say, however, that some of our business practices are not officially sanctioned. I'll decide his fate when I talk to him again. You better make up your mind quickly because we're going to pay him his dues one way or another. Just make sure you stay out of our way. Huh. Okay, Lorenzo. Let me sleep.
Good day, stranger.
Can I get a room? That sounds good. Are you still in spring, Adam? Okay, let's try to get back to the gift as fast as possible. I think each day in that game is like 15 minutes. So between 6 a.m. when you wake up and 2 a.m. when you absolutely cannot do anything else because you pass out. There's a fog. Fog can't be good. Wait, did I pass it? Cole's house, abandoned house. No, it's down here. Yeah, not dying in the caves is really hard and also expensive, so you need to not do that. Maester!
Hello.
Were you able to live? Yeah, but now they want you dead. The dominoes were there. He tugs at his beard. I was so careful, always following the body. They couldn't have known. Did your...
Well, well.
Oh.
Is this your last day among the living, Vertzano?
Your timing is impeccable, Tella Pelagina. The dominoes are after me. Please, you've got to stop that.
As if any of this were ever in my hands. The Republic's considered your business worth protecting based on its success. That success depended on cooperation with the locals, like House Dominel. You've lost that. And the favor of the Dukes. Even if you get out of this alive, they're done with you. The Dukes have more pressing interest in Defiance Bay than rescuing one merchant who threw himself overboard.
Verrazano falls to his knees and clasps his hands together. Have mercy, Pelagina. I don't stand a chance against the Dominels. Bites a trembling lip. I've brought failure and shame upon myself, but you can't mean to watch your countrymen die like a dog.
Vertzano, Vertzano. Why are you wasting your precious breath on me? My orders come through the ambassador, and through the ambassador from people you should be honored ever gave a moment's thought to whether you live or die. You don't seem like the sort to petition the gods to keep him out of hell. So why not cry mercy to the one person in this room with the power to grant it?
She turns her attention to you and raises her feathered eyebrow expectantly. I intend to protect him. Yep. Pelagina drops her gaze and lightly shakes her head from side to side. Moments later, she turns her eyes to the ceiling in amused disbelief.
Vertzano, you have a saint looking out for you after all.
She strides across the room and takes the already nervous Vertzano's head in her feathered hands, a gesture that seems to hover in a dangerously narrow space between caressing and crushing.
Just don't come knocking on the embassy door. Understand?
Rosano replies with a rapid, weak series of nods. Pelagina nods back once and gives his face a light slap.
Do as you will. He's no longer my concern.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Donna saunters through the door, flanked by a squad of Domino foot soldiers. She lets her gloved hand rest on the hilt of her weapon. Sneer curls her face as she looks at you. It seems I was wrong to overlook your blunder. Rest assured, I never make the same mistakes twice. Okie dokie. Okay, cut down the wizard. Bruiser, bruiser, bruiser.
That's it!
Brave. Down.
Oh, she got Verzana. Ah. Is there no way to save him? Oh well. Thought I was doing so well, but apparently not.
Certainly.
I can do that. That's settled.
Hey.
At once.
The assistant's not there. Oh well, I guess I'll talk to the paladin now. If she's outside.
Ah, it's done then. Verzano plays with fire and someone else always pays the price for it. Your charity is more than he deserves. Still, at least I don't have to deal with him anymore. For that, I'm grateful. Whether you intended to or not, you've done the Valian Republics a service today, ridding us of him. I work closely with the Embassy to protect our interests, but lately I think our gaze has been too narrow. You clearly have pursuits of your own in the city, but I think we could help each other out. If you're interested in doing some work for us. Officially, I mean. We can go together and I'll introduce you to the ambassador. Good. Maybe I can finally do something more worthwhile than playing nanny to merchants. The embassy is up in First Fires, southwest of the Ducal Palace.
Farewell.
Child of 5 sons. Yeah, the museum is actually pretty fun. First Fires. Kind of sad that I couldn't save him. Oh well.
Eder, how is it you Eothasians stay so optimistic? The world has not given your kind much reason to hope.
You get to a certain point and you realize you got two options. You can go mad with grief and tear out all your hair and check yourself into the sanitarium, or you can wait for better days.
Well, feathers in my case. But I understand your point. Ambassador Agosti, I would speak with you on a matter of some urgency and great importance.
Sighing as though remembering some heavy burden, Vincent crosses his arms before replying. Pelagina, if this is the same matter we previously discussed, I doubt I will be convinced any more easily. Please hear her out. The ambassador praises you for several moments and nods respectfully. You are well known in Defiance Bay, even in the Valyrian embassy. So you're keeping respectable company these days. He throws up his hands and shrugs. Hardly a good reason to go stirring up trouble with the Animancers and who knows what else.
Ambassador, there are issues at stake here that go beyond rogue merchants and a port staying open. Animancy is under attack in Defiance Bay.
We have to protect our interests here, but that also means knowing when to avoid unnecessary entanglements. The Animancers and the locals have problems. They'll work them out, or they won't. Either way, there's too much risk to risk by getting involved.
If it is outlawed here, what would prevent the same from happening in our republics?
Pelagina, I do not think your concerns are unfounded, but it is not the place of this embassy to countermand the Republic's policies. It doesn't, but it would be fortuitous if your investigations took you to Twin Elms, because that's where Pelagina needs to go.
What is it the Dukes need of me, Ambassador?
The Deerwood's instability has created an opportunity for us to take over their trade with Ir Glenfath. We will need to meet with the Glenfathans soon to secure the upcoming trade agreements. The roads to Twin Elms can be dangerous, of course, but that's why you'll be our representative there.
It shall see, Ambassador. But won't this provoke the Deerwoodins? Their country is falling apart, and we are already dividing up their trade alliances.
Provoke them into what? Going to war? Through no fault of the Republic, the Deerwood's armies have been deprived of an entire generation of soldiers. It would be foolish not to take advantage of the situation. If we don't, the Red Sarens will.
More than that, Ambassador, there is a practical element to consider. We may profit in the short term from this arrangement, but what of the future? The Deerwood won't forget, and the Republics may pay the price for it.
The ambassador sighs. We're not the Dukes, Pelagina. It's their decision and our job to carry out the orders. It's not like they're asking you to assassinate someone. She remains silent. Pelagina, Pelagina, he shakes his head. Go to Twin Elms. Speak to the Admenthath, impress upon her the instability of the Deerwood, and reassure her of the Valyrian Republic's desire to open safe trade.
Of course, Ambassador.
The ambassador nods and smiles paternally. He then looks to you. I know you plan on investigating this crisis together, but I hope you understand Pelagina's responsibilities. Lie, wink obnoxiously. I understand. Will the Dukes need to hear more about Paladin and Miss Ray's wild adventures?
Of course not, Ambassador. I will attend to the Admenthath as soon as I am able to travel to Twin Elms.
Good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I had to tweak his nose. He's kind of an ass.
Could have gone better. Could have gone worse. I appreciate that you stood up for me. But it's hard to persuade the ambassador to go against the Duke's orders.
I know you're right. We may find a way for you to fulfill your obligations while looking into what's really going on around here, don't worry.
Enough wisdom for both of us. Now, I just need to find out how to get to Twin Elms before the ambassador loses his patience.
Still, I fear that making this deal with the Glenfathans will further weaken the Deerwood and make trouble for the Republics in the years to come. Follow your heart.
I wish I knew.
I love that I have some
Come
very
now,
quiet,
it'll be
quiet
fun.
observers.
No.
Even just a single...
I'm not calling Isilmir out just so you can learn he'll speak. I'll write down a few words.
Oh, wait, people were saying they had heard of me. Ally. Okay, good. Maybe now I can actually get his stuff done. That's my other diplomatic. Oh, cool.
Welcome.
Come a long way. Oh, so I actually have to mite it up. How the heck do I get... What's my might at currently? 14. No, everything doesn't need to be burning. Need something to up my might. Even if it's temporarily. Four hours for the barracks to be completed. imagine, since Heritage Hall is the only place I haven't been, and I have not yet come across the knights, they're probably in Heritage Hall. I have to say, I haven't liked anybody. Best turnaround, Heritage Hall is closed, but... well, fine then. I guess that didn't work. I guess maybe they're in Copper Lane? I have to admit, though, all three of the parties here kind of suck. Heck are these stupid knights? Ah, don't worry about it. In the first year, the flower dance, it's pointless anyway. Nobody's gonna dance with you. You have to have somebody, I think, at least at 4 hearts before somebody will even consider dancing with you.
In Tekoa, we have a memorial for the Saints' War. They say a Rawatai artillery master contributed to the Godhammer bomb. I wondered if...
Of course. You want Rawatai to be a part of this history. Crow about how your people helped the Deerwood. Maybe your Ranganui lied, Amawa.
On second thought, I'll ask Adair.
Yeah, you won't complete introduction for some time yet. Like, I believe there's still one person that may have... well, no, because you've been going into the mines, so therefore you've already met the Adventurers Guild guy.
Good day to you.
I don't recognize you. What business do you have with House Dominel? I just need to speak to Percanta. You say so? She's up the stairs in the room at the end of the hall. Mind your manners.
Good day, stranger.
The woman must be well into middle age, but there isn't a line on her face. Her large green eyes are watchful behind a curtain of glossy black hair. She studies you. I don't believe we've met. I'd remember you. I understand that you control the bitter squash seeds in Defiance Bay. I'd like to see the price lowered for the salty mast. I don't know who told you that, but even if it were true, you're asking for a favor, and I only do favor for friends. We could be friends. I just need a little something from you first. What kind of favor do you have in mind? She crosses her arms and watches out of the corner of her eyes. There's certain someone who may or may not be named Kolfeg. He's insulted me. I'd like you to make an example. Just what do you want me to do with him? I hate to stifle your imagination. Maybe later. Suit yourself. Just say I'm a merchant, I handle the trade goods, blah blah blah, but I only trade with special friends, and if you want that kind of relationship, you'd have to do a little something for me. Where are the knights? Because even though I've heard they're a bunch of D-bags, at least they'll be better than this Dominel House BS. Just where are the frickin' knights? They weren't in Copper Lane. They weren't in the gift. They're probably at Heritage Hall, but where's the flippin' guy that I'm supposed to get the breastplate from? I can't get...
So you will go to your king and what? Implore him to curb his violent impulses? At the word of a heroic academic?
You don't usually grace me with your flattery, priest. What merits this attention?
All Rauatai's history is war, same as everyone. If only the world were led by soft-hearted giants who waste their muscles stroking their own quills. Oh, wouldn't that be grand?
I'm content to remain a burr in your boots. But here, if you but stand on the docks, you can single-handedly ensure no one ever sails to the Deerwood again.
Let's go to the village. I think I've exhausted what I can do in the town right now because I can't find where the stupid knights are. Yes, the barracks are complete. Woo woo! No, the warrior left! Gah! Yeah, she is.
Brave Dalfilon.
Why didn't that not work? Where's the one that's doing zombies? Zaching? Okay.
I'm I'm here.
Ah, Ulu Set! Like birds and rock!
God damn it.
How bad?
This guy's just super high level or something? Oh, your bad guys need to attack this.
Hi? Ah, like
Do not like feral druids, holy Christ. Fast save, and then we're just gonna sleep. Cause, ow.
You know, there are accounts of Watchers in all of the regions I've visited. If the adventuring life doesn't work out for you, you could always read souls for coin, give people advice, tell them which family they're related to, and whom they should duel for past offenses.
Sorry, it seems I'm not very good at raising spirits. That was unintentional. Okay.
all right then.
I'm here.
Everybody's alive. I can't say well, but alive. it's another one of these things. Starlight eliminates a pattern in the ground. You kneel to get a better look. The stone here has been carved with a few simple shapes. A small circular indentation marks the center, and a much larger circle surrounds it. You see what appears to be writing. Shallow and smooth, looks like it was intended to hold something specific. Yeah, it's the same as the last one, but I don't remember. Oh, what is this?
Brave Dal'Thilon.
You gotta take better care of it.
Attend to the priest!
Jesus.
Brave Dal'Thilon.
Rest up, big guy.
Everything here sucks. Am I gonna be able to get across this whole place without dying? He's got a swollen eye, bruised. Yeah, everything sucks.
I'm here.
Apparently this is the place that rains.
Hey. Course.
I'm here.
Hey.
I'm here.
Yes?
What?
I'm ready.
Certainly.
That's it!
Brave thou not believe.
Who this guy? Chewing on a piece of uncooked meat, the small Orlin dressed in a tattered leathers offers a mumbled greeting and waves his hand. Despite his pleasant smile, the upper right portion of his face is in a sorry state. An eye patch stitched with stylized eyeball wraps around his head, and his ear is a mangled remnant that twitches in spasms, while the other ear perks up at your approach. Next to him is a splayed carcass of a deer that appears ripped open by bear or wolf.
If this is your deer, you need a new game warden. Name's Heravius. Hungry?
I can't eat all this. First catch of the day, help yourself. And ruin the original texture? That's the best part! Just see for yourself. Eat up!
After you.
Mmm, so delicious. Now I know the deer had elderberries for its last meal. Are you sure you don't want to try some? One ornery Stelgar. Though looking at the deer's insides, it had a malformed but delicious heart, and would have been dead within the year regardless. Gallowayne chose a fitting end for this fine animal. Pardon me, I shouldn't pray with my mouth full. Other than the delicious venison, new trees to document, new animals to sketch, new sights to be seen. I've learned as much as I can from the druids of my circle. I'd rather wander and learn than take root and stagnate. So if you're traveling to Deerwood and need another set of hands, I'd welcome the safety of a group. I'm trained by the celebrants of Hawk and Ivy of the Fisher Crane tribe. I know more than my share of nature magic, and, well, I don't shy away from a good fight. I have business with the druids that live near Twin Elms. So long as we find ourselves there eventually, I'm happy to follow along. Splendid! It'll be an honor to run with the pack for a change.
Yeah, it sounds like... Okay, I think there is like water that gets cleared out once I figure out what the puzzle is regarding that other place, so... That druid Pac-Man was sucky though, holy crap. Alright, 6 hours to go here. They were kicking my butt. Bad visitor leaving in 3 days. Gelf, the drunkard, a local inebriate, has wandered into the stronghold grounds. He's asking for help with his accumulated debts. How long is the thing gonna take? Much longer. It's finished in a minute. An elf idles by the road, watching the village across the river. He nods as you approach, and the cowled figure standing near him falls silent.
Hail, traveler.
Greetings, friend. A slow smile forms as he eyes you. I've heard of you. Word has it you've been been busy in Defiance Bay. I'm busy too, and eager to finish my business and get back to the city. What business is that? Haven't you heard? There's a murderer on the loose, said to have gone mad with grief and strangled a dozen healthy children when her own was Hollowborn. He nods. We've come all the way from Defiance Bay to bring her to justice. That's why he's standing around here. She's hiding out in the village. We'd go in after her ourselves, but the problem is she knows our faces. There's no telling what she'd do if she saw us coming. We'd like to avoid any further unnecessary bloodshed. Her name's Nifree. She's an Orlan. We want to get her out of town so that we can deal with her cleanly. She knows we're looking for her, but if someone were to convince her that she's safe to leave... If she's a mass murderer, why didn't the Duke send the Crucible Knights after her? Powers that be want to keep things quiet for obvious reasons, but not to cause a fuss. Certainly better not to startle her into doing something drastic. I could draw her out. She won't know you, it'll be simple. A few questions. What is it? Remind me who you're looking for? No. What'd you do?
Hail, traveler.
Back to the search.
Out with you! I already told you what... I'm sorry. I thought you were one of those ruffians.
Someone has put this priest to the test, but one not nearly difficult enough by my measure, an amateur's work.
How may I help you? I never saw their faces. Strange, hooded men asking about those ruins. Cleoban Relag. Most of the brigands who come through here asking about the ruins are looking for a few ancient trinkets. But these people knew the name, and they were in a hurry. They wanted to know where Cleoban Relag was. I tried to keep it from them, but I couldn't hold out forever. I don't know what they were up to, but it can't be good.
That does sound like the leaded key, doesn't it? Is there something else I can help you with? Can you tell me where to
The
find
Glanfathan tribe that guards the ruins will kill anyone who trespasses there. And they'll retaliate against us, too, if history is any indication. We've had too many fortune seekers stir up trouble of late. If I'm to tell you, I'll need to know your reason for wanting to go. If that's the case, then we may already have trouble headed our way. I'll have to take you at your word. You'll find Cleoban Relag here. Whatever trouble you find there, please end it quietly and try to stay out of the ruins.
Folk here tend to keep to themselves, as they do in most towns this deep in the Deerwood. They're suspicious of travelers, but with all the brigands and refugees moving through the area, who can blame them? This is a temple of Barath? Can you tell me about Barath? Barath is the most universal of all the gods. It oversees portals and cycles of all kinds, even life and death itself. Under Barath, an ending is merely a passage into another beginning. Barath has many representations across time and across cultures. Around the Deerwood, you commonly see it depicted as the Pallid Knight or the Usher. The Glenfathans, however, know it as Bennen, Aknu, and Aknu, and Anku Ibenwen. Bah. She's one of the youngest manifestations of Barath, but a familiar one nonetheless. Stories describe her as a gaunt knight in black armor with black eyes, black hair, and milk-pale skin. She demands an impossible toll from travelers who have tarried too long on her lord's road. Some challenge her only to slay themselves in the process. Kids have written stories, songs, and poems about the Usher for centuries. Sometimes he's folk, sometimes dwarf, and sometimes merely a walking skeleton. He never speaks, but he guides the way to death, the next life. He also creates the circumstances for the wayward to stumble into their own graves. I've never heard of the last thing. It means life and death and life, respectively. You see them as two skeletal figures, one male and one female. Explorers have found them carved up opposite one another in doorways, but I know of no particular legends that speak of them. Thanks. Farewell. I'm gonna go to the inn and then call it a night, because I'm starting to doze. What's up?
Hail and well met.
The guard gives you an appraising eye. You've recently come to Deerford. I take it. I don't suppose you saw a young elven noblewoman on the road. I'm stuck in this wretched place with the rest of my unit until we find her. Who is she? Lady Aelis. She's the daughter of Lord Nestor Herond. She's gone missing. Perhaps you can go speak with Lord Heron in the inn. He'll be grateful for the assistance, and it could be the villagers open up to you more than they have to us. Yay, the pool's constructed. Okay, now what do I want? Hello, Yvonne. Oh, you've caught me at the tail end of this. I'm about to go to bed. Just checking on things here. You know, I kind of like the idea of being able to take prisoners, so I'm going to do that one. Have to kill everybody. Rangers are bonded to their animal companions, and the pair work best as a team. Yeah, I know. Lots of villagers. There's a Sid. Sid.
I just want to find her. Surely even you can understand that.
Redhead stands by the fire, tuning her lute and plucking its strings. She hums snatches of a melody as she goes. First time in the Dracogen. Normally I'd have song ready, but I haven't quite worked out this tune yet. I'm writing some chants about the founding of this inn. Say, you interested in the story? I haven't finished the chants, but I could tell you about it the same. Sure, let's have it. Oh, excellent! These rustic fables are always great fun. Let me get out something to write with. From the time of Hadrit's rebellion, an Adairan lady Thenu once had a keep here. One of the towers still stands, but the rest is said to be buried under the village. Anyway, she stuck to the side of the Empire, and a contingent of Duke Hadrit's Knights of the Crucible helped the farmers and colonists in the area turn her keep into rubble. This inn was the first building that sprang up from the ruin, built with some help of the same bricks the colonists had pulled from the Lady Thenu's castle, I'd say. Supposedly the quarterstaff of her chief wizard even got lost on the construction, mortared into a wall or nailed under a floorboard. Haha, that's something you'll get later. Anyway, the inn was supposed to be a haven and a meeting place while the locals built their new town. Supposed to be. Derwoodians are an ornery lot. And the more these new neighbors met, the more they argued. They realized they didn't agree on much besides ousting the old lord. The biggest divide was over the Glenfothans and their nearby ruins. Hadrit's knights and their supporters wanted to keep the peace, but a group of misfits with more archaic leanings that had formed in town wanted to go after the tribes the same way they'd gone after their lord. Soon the villagers were fighting with each other as much as with the Adirans. In the end, memories of the Broken Stone War and the War of the Black Trees were fresh enough that the Duke's soldiers won the day. Most of the other villagers came around eventually, but some of the core troublemakers left to join the front lines of the War of Defiance, and others, I've heard, found their way into the Guided Compass, the most forward-looking of the Glenfothan tribes. I don't know if I believe that part myself, but it makes a good story. There's a portrait of one of the chief rabble-rousers and his rival in the peacekeeping faction. Someone's idea of a joke. I don't think they were particularly amused. Okay. You're an info dump that I will totally go for afterwards.
We're decent folk, my lord. Perhaps you should leave and check the wilds.
But what? The man wears a Deeran-style robe, simple but elegant. His fine leather shoes look like they were made for padding around indoors, yet they caked with mud. He yanks a lock of hair twined around his silk-gloved fingers. His fine features are etched with anxiety.
My child is out there. Do they not understand?
My lord, we're doing everything we can. Unfortunately, these villagers...
Beasts take them all. I don't care how you do it, but find her. Yes, Lady Alice, my daughter. I've asked around, but nobody in this mud hole has any concerns beyond their swine. They turn my men away like beggars and seem downright pleased to be of no use. But you're not one of my soldiers. And you look like you're used to getting your hands dirty, if you don't mind my saying so.
My lord, if you find her, tell her I won't be upset with her. She can come back and all will be well. I just want to make sure my Elise, my child, is safe. Nothing in the world is more important to me.
Elise. Of course.
She's a striking young woman, bears more resemblance to her mother than to me. She has auburn hair and delicate, well-bred features. She must be 28 or 29 now. We'd stopped in Deer Forge for a few days. On our fourth evening, I was making plans to continue our journey. Lady Elise was feeling unwell and went to bed. When I retired a couple hours later, I found that she had vanished. None of my men had seen her go. No one in the inn knew where she was. Since then, my people have been combing the village, but we've yet to find a clue, and the locals have been no help. Why'd you come? It's merely a stop along the way to Ina's rest. However, she took ill shortly before our arrival, so it seemed prudent to allow her a few days to recover. Lady Elise has reached an age where it is prudent for her to marry. Given this legacy business, I can't let her fertile years slip by. No, I don't want her room to fester in the presence of so many Hollowborn. Oh boy. More potential suitors. They're better roads, yeah. If I thought that, I wouldn't be slogging through the forest, would I? The main roads are clogged with people fleeing one way or another to try to escape Waidwen's legacy. It would be difficult for a caravan like mine to pass without incident. At the time, it seemed prudent to move quietly along the back roads. What about the other thing? You think I haven't considered that? Arranging a pseudo match is difficult. The best prospects for my child lay in Ina's rest. Where is the rest of the family? Lady Harlan is ill-suited for travel, I'm afraid, and unfortunately, Elise has a few other close relatives. My sister and her husband have been visiting Adir these past months. As for siblings, Elise has none. My wife has only given birth to Hollowborn, since Elise, that is. Okay, back to your daughter. Let's go to my previous questions. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Lord Nestor Harrand of Defiance Bay. My family has been prominent there since Imperial times. Our primary estate is on the outskirts of Brackenbury, but we have holdings in New Haomar as well. Those went to my sister and her husband.
Pretty sure she does not want to be forced to have babies. That's why your daughter left.
Well met, friend.
Talk about something else. Do I need to sleep? I don't remember.
What?
Yeah, I do need to sleep. Okay.
Well met, friend.
Rooms. Might and Constitution. That sounds good. Okay, I think I'm going to end this stream here because it's midnight and I am a bit tired. So, thanks for joining. And I don't know if I'm going to stream again tomorrow night. I might. It'd be after 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time-ish. And thank you, Yvonne. This is a really fun game. It's a little tough for me because it's all about dead children, and that's kind of tough, but for the most part, this is a really good game. But I'm going to try to stream again tomorrow night, and then the weekend is pretty much shot for me, so, well, I might be able to do it Saturday as well. But, and good night, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by.